We're on, Robbie?
We're on.
Robbie's behind the camera today because Clayton's at the track with the Mark 1. Maybe we'll check in with him later. He says he was going to film some stuff today, but I know how hard it is to film by yourself. So I probably won't see any footage from Clayton, but just maybe we'll see some of that at the track. But here, it's a Saturday. We got my buddy Greg's Mark III drag car, although it doesn't have the slicks on it and stuff for the dyno runs, but it's a 1AT. This, for those that have been following along on the channel for a while, this was the blue GTI that I had bought to replace my old red car until we found the chassis that had the roll cage already in it. So this was the one that I was gonna build. Greg ended up picking it up from me and swapping all his engine. And actually, it's a new engine setup, but basically the old engine setup into this chassis. He had a Mark II. We've had it on the channel before. We'll post a little link up above. Clayton can add a little clip in. So it's been here. It's on a new ECU. We'll show you all that B-roll. New ECU, essentially the same engine and turbo package, right, Greg? It's basically the same. It is a newer engine, but it's kind of a similar setup to what he had before. So it's a 6775 turbo, built engine, everything you could want, fuel system,
transmission,
big intercooler, dog box, twin disc clutch, all the recipe to go fast. The quickest ET on your old car, Greg?
991.
991. So hoping to best that this year. We've been at it for probably an hour and a half since it's been on the dyno. We have made one baby pull. We'll probably not have too much more dialogue for the next little bit as we try to get a handle of things. First run, just half pull, did like 300 something horsepower. That's far from where our goals were. We probably made like 700-ish with it before, based on trap speed and stuff, right, Greg? Yeah, I think the last dyno it did like 617 or 630.
620 or 30.
And then we turned it up from there, we went faster. So we're hoping to get more power than that. But again, it's a fresh build, so there's lots that go into the wiring and everything to make it run right. I'm in the car. We've already modified the pedal with a piece of wood so that I can press the clutch properly. But let's get back to tuning this thing.
Made it to the track. Unfortunately, though, I'm an idiot and forgot any GoPro. I was like starting to charge the GoPro, and I didn't bring any mounts to put it on the car or anything. So I'm gonna try to get some footage somehow, but I'm not sure exactly how. Car felt good its first round around, but it's gonna take probably a little bit more getting used to. Let's see how Dave's making out. Bart's doing good.
I just add a bit more duty, and then when you request a certain amount of boost, it's like, okay, and this is still technically
boost control finally carried out.
More of an open loop. It is closed loop, but like
it's a red line.
It is closed loop. I shouldn't say it's open loop. I have the closed loop stuff enabled. life on the dyno.
Put that nut on. So we'll just put that nut finger tight and see if it'll move now. We'll wind up bound up like that.
Okay, we are at 35 pounds so far, just over 700 wheel. I think Robbie's been filming some of it, so you'll get a good picture of kind of the progress that we've been making. Clayton, on the other hand, at the track has had a little bit of problems, so hopefully he's recorded some of that. We'll get to that footage now.
Yeah, no wing hair footage today because I'm an idiot, so.
And Ryan's next.
Ryan's next.
Very hot. Shows all black today.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's a good idea on my end.
And then you're going to be in the Mark 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scaries.
No, we'll be fine.
It'll be good. Yeah, I filled it back up. It's working good.
Yeah. That, yeah, definitely looks broken.
That's fun. See my track.
Ryan, how was that?
Ryan was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Something definitely broke."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, I don't know, maybe." And then we're like, "No, I think we're going to snap."
You're on hook.
It's good.
How many trainings have you wrecked?
Lots of trannies. Stop stepping it.
How many trains have you blown?
Oh.
That's the question.
Three. Same Mind your businesses.
Same answer.
Don't get a picture of my feet. They're nasty. Yeah. Not ideal. But could have been worse. But definitely could have been a lot better. The shittiest part, really, right now, is that I have to deal with trying to get it off the trailer, and then I have to clean the trailer very good because it's gonna stink like gear oil for a little bit, and we're going drag racing next weekend. So, anyway, that's enough of this. Let's check in to see how Dave's making out. Hopefully, a lot better than me.
So time for a wastegate spring change. We're at 737. I added a whole bunch of duty cycle between the last two runs, and we basically got nothing in the difference. So it's time for more spring pressure.
Alright, so it's the next day after the first track day of the year, and I don't think I got to overnight you guys that much, but overall it was a fun day besides the break, and hopefully we'll have some footage of what exactly happened. Now I'm just going to unload the truck, and we'll get back over to the shop here soon in the trailer and take a look. Nope, didn't fix itself. Alright, so pretty dark in the trailer, and I don't have enough room to open up the back door, so I'm gonna hook up the old generator. Feeding rods, doing its thing, and we got a little bit of light now, so might make things a bit easier. Alright, so I fought with that for a little bit. I had to take the caliper off and try to get the axle out, but it's stuck, so I'm gonna have to lower the jack and try to get it through here. But I'm just putting a stock ball joint on it now so I can get this thing out of the trailer and clean up the huge mess that the diff fluid or transmission fluid left in the trailer, because we are going drag racing next weekend and this has to be off of this trailer ASAP. Oh, also some of the other damage. Broke up some of the fiberglass of it, dented the fender in, you know, wrecked the front lip that's over there. I'll show you guys in a bit. And before I put the wheel back on, it kind of gouged it around here a bit, but nothing looks too bad. Like, it's barely noticeable fingernail. There's a couple good chunks out of it, but hopefully it's decent enough. Oh, and there's part of the front spoiler. Wheels back on. I have it strapped back down. I did have to put a stock ball joint on it. You won't be able to see anything, but I put a stock ball joint on it because the ones that I had, which I'll show you here, just to fix bump steer, this is what broke off, and I'm going to explain probably inside the shop, light's a little bit better, kind of why this happened, but as you can see it just raises the point up a bit. It's hard to tell there, but let's see. Oh my god, I'm struggling. Yeah, it moves the mounting point up quite a bit, probably about almost an inch. Anyway, I'm going to clean up the tools in the trailer, get out of here because it stinks like gear oil. So I was going to explain this in the shop, but I'm just way too sweaty and it's Sunday and I don't really feel like being here to do any of this. But again, I wanted to make sure that this is ready to come off tomorrow, hopefully. Push it aside, maybe bring it in the shop, figure out what I'm going to need, which I believe, that being said, it's just going to be a stub axle because it looks like it gouged it a little bit. I might need a transmission seal. I'm not sure if this kind of messed up something on the way out, but the good news is this was a press fit, not a bolt-in, which I had no idea, so that's good. I think the axle's still good, and I already emailed USRT about trying to get another one of these. If not, I'll see if I can get one machined, so hopefully be up and running soon. And I didn't tell anybody this because I didn't even think of it. Once I got in here, I popped the hood, checked everything over, everything still looks great, and all day, honestly, the car worked flawless. So I have really nothing to say. Maybe a new set of tires would help because these ones are quite old now, lots of heat cycles in them. So hopefully within a couple weeks or the next event, I'll be able to have this thing back out, maybe some new tires, and maybe a fixed up front spoiler, and yeah, go out and have some more fun. Oh, Daddy's hammer.
Working on the car in the trailer. Love it. Oh, I see you washed it before the race. That's nice of you.
Yeah.
Man. Brutal. And he's struggling. How's it going, Clayton? Now that the madness is over, and Clayton's car, is any of that going to be in the video?
Oh, yeah.
Of it, like being fixed? And
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Oh, I did film some of that.
Yeah, I filmed a bunch.
Okay, so now that Clayton's car's back running, and Greg, the Mark III, owner of the Mark III, is back home, I realized that we didn't kind of go over the end of the day because it was just Greg and I here, and it was a lot harder to film and talk about everything that happened. So as you can see, it drove away fine. We did run into more so a time restriction more than anything. He lives quite far away from us, and it was a Saturday. I think we stopped at like 7 o'clock p.m. that night. Anyways, we finished, the highest numbers that we made with it was 751 wheel horsepower and 550 torque. And as you can see down here, Clayton, let me just click on these so you can see. Actually, before that, back it up. The run before that, we made 720, 719 wheel horsepower. And if you look, the boost, this line down here is boost. It is rock solid straight. And we had all our previous runs at steady boost the whole way. We turned the boost up a little bit more. We made 751. And then, as you can see, boost fell down. And then after that run, we had a problem, and all it would make was like 575, and it would only make like 25 pounds of boost. So no matter how much duty cycle I added, so clearly there's a problem with the wastegate or a leak in the charge system at some point. Also on that very last run, and I don't think we have footage of it, the very last run that we did, not the 750 runs, but there was like a couple 575 runs when we were trying to figure out the boost thing. The oil return line came off of the pan and basically put oil everywhere, all over the dyno and underneath the car. So at that point, knowing the amount of time it was going to take to clean everything up, fix the oil leaks, clean up the engine, find the boost leak, we cut her off. And we made really good progress, we made really good power with it. The goal is, I probably said at the beginning of the video, maybe we're shooting for over 800 with it. It looks like it's easily going to do that. So we're going to have another dyno session with Greg's car back here with that Mark III to try to hit those numbers. Clayton, you're staring into the mic or into the camera. Mm-hmm. How was your overall experience while you weren't here? You only caught one or two runs. Oh man, it was
amazing not being here.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That hurts my heart.
No, track day was good.
Hurts
I mean, it was busy, but it was good. No complaints besides breaking the car, but it could have been a lot worse depending on which corner I went off on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll
have
to
do
do
footage of the? I don't even know.
Couldn't find footage, but I put in. I didn't do this yet, but I will before this video comes out. I'll put in a little reenactment. I have a track, and I'll use a dinky, and it'll be great.
Sweet, people will love that. I'm sure.
Yeah. So hopefully this sums it up. I made a little animation. So I came up out of 11, ball joint broke, spun on the front stretch, and saw lots of smoke. I was looking for people coming up out of 11, and then ended up in the grass just by the start finish.
So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for Clayton's experience at the track. Our day here at the dyno with another Mark III drag car, this time an actual full 180. It does run, I can't remember if I talk about the turbo and stuff like that. It's a fully built engine, sleeve block, has my old 6775 precision on it, which we made 850-ish with it before I spun a bearing in my engine. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this one, I think, Clayton. You're looking at me like...
I blanked out for a second.
Okay, you remember something.
I remembered something for once.
Okay.
And we talked about it with your car going to the track, I think the first time, where it was like, oh, it's a full new setup. I don't know if you explained this or not with Greg's car. That's a full new setup for him too.
Yeah.
So this is really great progress, although maybe it's not where you wanted to be or where he wanted to be.
I mean, it's very close.
It's very close to being really, really good. So
Yeah, that is a new engine package, new standalone, new
chassis
car,
for him.
everything.
Okay.
So kind of the same situation as what this car was. We had a lot easier progress on his than what I did on mine the first time, just because of the E-gate and a whole bunch of other stuff that we changed. But Greg, good work on the car. Get her geared up and get it back here. We'll make some more horsepower with it. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.
let's go
Like
racing.
and subscribe.
Yeah,
Let's go racing.
Yeah. Should we tell them why we left donut?